Hi, Computer Science 1 class, Mrs. Miskin. I'm going to explain how to get started and log in with CS first. That's the new unit that we're starting. This is just in case you are absent from class or in case I have to be gone for some reason. So first of all, in class, you should be receiving a login card, and it's going to look like this, and it will have your name on it, and then a username and a password and a class code. If you are absent and need to get that from me, if you're going to do the work at home, then please just email me, miskinw@msd321.com, and I can send you that login information. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you, just walk through that login process. So you will go to the address that's on the login card, csfirst.withgoogle.com. And you'll come to this website right here. And up in the top right corner, you're going to hit this sign in. And then you'll see the I'm a student or I'm a teacher. Please click the I'm a student. And your next screen will say student sign in, and you have the option to sign in with Google or sign in with CS First. Please click sign in with CS First. That login is what's connected to our class account so that I can see your project. So go ahead and click that, sign in with CS First. On the login card, you should see your class code. So go ahead and enter that in right now. And depending on what trimester and what year you're in, that class code will change. So don't type in what I type in necessarily, type in what's on your card. Okay, so for example, this is year 21-22, trimester 2. So if that's not yours, you should have something different on your login card. Now you'll enter in your username and password. Just as a shortcut and to make things easier from now until we're finished with this unit, so you don't have to keep signing in, especially if you're here at the lab, go ahead and click this, keep me signed in to CS First on this device, and then hit sign in. Now what we're doing here, it's a theme that, that Google has put together that works with Scratch. And they have a series of tutorials. And when you log in, you should actually come to a dashboard. Let's see, that says classes. You should see this. Sorry, I have some projects in here already. So you should see this, my classes, and then storytelling is the unit. So we're gonna go ahead and click on storytelling. And this says there's 8 lessons, and it says 8 to 12 hours. You probably will spend about 30 to 40 minutes on each of the lessons. And I will actually have a timer in class that you will need to work to, and then you'll have free time at the end. So if you just want to look at the overview of each of the lessons, here's lesson 1. So that's like day 1, dialogue. And then there are several different activities or parts to this one lesson. You'll need to complete these activities for day 1. Then the next day that you come in, you'll do day 2. And there will be a series of add-ons and activities for that one also. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to walk you through the first lesson here. So hit start. And you don't have to take this survey unless you really, really want to. There's just a video that explains there is a survey, and you'll just want to hit next or submit at the bottom. This is what your screen will look like most of the time when you're doing these tutorials. You'll have some kind of a video. Notice this is 4 minutes long. And you'll either need to turn your volume pretty far down on your computer or use headphones if you would prefer in class, so that we don't have so many computers going at the same time. Especially if it's really hard for you to concentrate, if it's really loud, bring headphones for this. And I will try and remind you before we start so that you are aware. So you'll watch the video, and then it will have some instructions over here on the right side that tells you to click the starter project below, or to come up with something, or pick one of 3 things or something like that. It'll change for each of these screens. So this link goes to a starter project for number 1. Sometimes you will create a new one, and sometimes you will use a starter project. So this just gives you a message that this is Scratch that was made specifically for these activities. The environment should be very, very similar, especially if you use Scratch all the time. So just go ahead and hit got it on that. And you'll see these things right here. So depending on what it tells you in this video, when you get done with the video and you've done whatever the instructions are, you'll go down to the bottom and click next. So notice how this one has a new video and then different instructions. Choose a story starter. So choose from these right here. So pick one of these kind of subjects to start with. And then it will go through add two sprites, make the sprites face each other, add a backdrop, make the sprite say the starter phrase you select. So each one of these screens, as you go through each of these activities, will have different instructions. And I'll just let you go ahead and do that on your own. There are different add-ons that you can come to. So like here, it's on step number 5 that you'll choose an add-on. And I'm just going to show you what that screen looks like. So this gives you 4 different options that you can choose from. If you get through this really quickly and you don't have, and the timer hasn't gone off in class, then just come back and add another add-on. Go through all of them, add more. You're just going to be coding in Scratch for a set amount of time. It's not a lesson is done sort of a thing. I just want you to code in Scratch for that time. Then you'll have free time at the end. It's about 15 minutes every class day. And then our next unit will go back to having a set lesson that is completed. So once you get done, and this is what I like to show you, when you're done with your project and you're in this coding screen in a new tab, I want you to save it up here. So here in the top center, it'll probably say Untitled 1 or 2 or something like that. I want you to write in storytelling and then the number for whatever day we're on. So today we're just starting, so it's going to be number 1. Now, we're going to also do this again in this box here, no lesson selected. I want you to click on that, choose a unit, and scroll down. These are in alphabetical order, find storytelling. And then today's day 1, so dialogue, and you'll just choose 1 through 8 on that one, and then save. And that will show me in my teacher dashboard that you've done a project for that particular day. You'll be graded on all 8 days. So I need to see that you have a completed project for each one, and I will look at it and see, mostly because they're all different add-ons and different backgrounds and things. So I don't always know just by looking at your projects which activity you've done it for, which day, which lesson. Okay, so just remember to always save for that particular lesson, and it'll save in here for you. And that is it as far as CS First goes. So you'll have 8 of those total for storytelling.